Welcome back to Homestead. We are selling some hay this morning, getting a little work done before work. That sounded redundant, didn't it? A little work done before work. But we're selling a little bit of hay. We cut the rest of the field that we haven't cut yet, so everything has been cut once at this point. We'll go pick up the rest of it, making 3,100. Seems like money's pretty good for hay right now. But I got a few plans today that I want to do. We're going to do a little expansion. The farmer's market's been going really good so far for us, and I think it's time to step it up. But we're going to get the rest of this sold, see where our money's sitting. We're looking pretty good financially at this point, and I was taking a look at the apple orchard. I really think we have a huge cash cow in that orchard that we're going to see here in the month of June. It's going to be exciting. But let's go back, get the rest of these shavings of hay picked up and get them sold, and then get to working on some new adjustments to the farm. Here we are doing another load. I feel like in this documentary that we're making of my journey of this homestead that we've done a lot of hay picking up. So what I'm gonna do, shut the camera off for a little bit, and I'll rejoin you when we have our total amount for the day that we've made. Well, just got back from selling the last load of the goods, and we're sitting at $70,000 now. We got, as the day gets started, we will have some people coming in and buying some goods, but the greenhouses have been doing really well. Such a good business model that I didn't think it would be. But I think we're going to double down, if not triple down on this, and get a few more of these rolling, because they're bringing in some money. And like I said, the apples are going to bring in some money, but we're going to have a company come out, flatten some of this land for us. It's going to cost us $10,000 to get the land flattened, and then we'll see about how many greenhouses we want to add down here. But I think I really want to dive deep into that business model, as there seems to be a good market for those type of goods in this town. Sometimes things don't go as planned, and this thing has cost us a lot of money. I still need to smooth this out so we can get down here and treat all of this. Boy, look at this greenhouse, this open garden, ton of modules in here. We're gonna have to go get a huge amount of seed and fertilizer. Oh boy, what did we get ourselves into? I have a feeling this is going to be super, super profitable though. And we're adding some water now. We got a little bit of seed and fertilizer. You can see, man, this thing's looking sweet. We got rows and rows and rows of everything. This is absolutely going to be a huge way to make money. Huge retaining wall. I think it looks fancy. To be honest with you, this terrain and this slope has been way harder to deal with than I thought it would be, and this has been the solution, is to build these retaining walls, flatten out the land. Got all of that way above us, and you can really see how big the slope is. It was just getting outrageous to deal with, so we're gonna do quite a bit of trips to get the water all filled up, and then we will probably head to the store, get more seed, more fertilizer, make sure this thing is really populated, so that we can get as much profit as possible from it. And from what I've seen so far, this is really going to pay for itself really fast. Well, we spent about $10,000 on seed and fertilizer, and they were delivered in a very strange location. We're gonna I guess we're gonna just have to move those ourselves, and hopefully this works. But we'll get them all set up. And yeah, let's see, is this done emptying? Okay, so let's move around. It's gonna be pretty fun to try to deal with this area here, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have my wife, just as she harvests them, take them over to the farm shop, and that should work that way really well. Let's get this out of the way for now. Cruise around up here, get these seeds added, get all the fertilizer added, and it's gonna be interesting to see how much more profitable this farm becomes. Let's go into this mode, see if we can see better. No, that's a negative. Raise it up. We'll just grab this one, and we'll do them one at a time. Get the seeds all added, get the fertilizer all added, and then I think we're gonna make another field. So big investment today. It didn't add a ton of fertilizer and seed. We're gonna have to really populate this thing a lot, spend a lot of money on seed and fertilizer, but I think it'll be well worth it. Let's get all this stuff put away, and then it's time to get figuring out how to make a new field because I want to plant something in the fall. All right, here we are. What is, oh, that's the hoe. It's the wrong thing. We grabbed the wrong implement. Okay, let's go ahead and get this new field established. We kind of talked about doing a feedlot originally. I don't think that's what I want to do. I want to do some small fields here and a lot of vegetables like we're doing down there. Like this view is sweet. Got the house up here. And I think we're just going to turn this into another field. You can see there might have been a little accident up there where we drove through the crop and a little one at the bottom as well, where we're learning our lessons. But we'll go ahead and cruise up kind of like this. I think that's good. We'll have some grass growing around the areas, but we might sell some of that equipment because it doesn't seem to be as profitable as some of these other options. And I think, you know, being a farmer and actually having crops and not just grass is way more attractive to me than I thought it would be as I'm getting into this farming stuff and this homesteading, where we originally wanted this just to be a homestead where we're living off the property. But I'm really enjoying some of this farming. I want to take it a step further. So we'll continue on making this new field. But I don't think we're going to have an opportunity to plant anything until closer to fall. We'll do something, maybe some wheat or barley, potentially. And we could find some local farmers in the area that would want to buy the straw from us that we could generate from wheat or barley. But I think that's our best plan. To be honest with you, the slope of this land, I underestimated it. It's very, very annoying to work with. So I think turning this into a brand new field, some type of cereal crop, maybe corn someday. That's what I'm thinking. Well, it looks like we have finally completed the plowing session. And I did figure out if I go this direction, left to right, I guess, instead of up and down, much easier to deal with. Let's get this implement put away. And we'll have to learn a little bit about what crop types can be planted in which months, but I believe we're gonna have to wait till fall to get anything put into this field. We could do some fertilizer on it just to get the state of the soil a little bit better, but like I said, this is part of the group that we had soil sampled, so we do not need to put any lime down. And just wasn't really enjoying the hay, and I didn't feel like it was profitable enough. And really want to focus on food that humans can eat and not necessarily animals. There's a lot of competition for animals around town, and I figured we might as well find something uniquely that we can do ourselves. Productions are going good. We do have a little bit of corn and sunflowers. I'm trying to decide what we're going to do with the sunflowers and a little bit of soybeans, but let's go ahead and get the corn and soybeans sold. I'm going to get the truck. We'll get those loaded up on the trailer and go from there. And just taking a quick little peek at how things are looking over here. We got plenty of potatoes, lettuce, strawberries, tomatoes. Doing pretty well. Now, it looked like corn and soybeans were a little oversaturated in town, so we are going to a shipping yard here that's going to send it out of town for us somewhere where the demand's a little bit higher. We should get more money that way. So that's what we're heading to right now. Okay, this says train. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Oh, so we have to unload. Interesting. Just for this little bit of corn and soybeans. There it comes. Here comes the train. We got just a little bit here. Good moisture, apparently. Let's see what kind of money we get. Almost $300 to lease the train and $7,200 in products sold. We're at $37,000. And I think that's where I'm going to shut the camera off for the day. We're going to go get some fuel, fill up the truck, relax the rest of the day because June and July are going to be busy. We're going to have a harvest. We got to harvest a whole ton of apples.